Action.
Okay, let me read that.
Yeah.
Okay. Discuss another character, Creature or Elizabeth, whose mind is pulled in conflicting directions by two compelling desires, ambitions, obligations, or influences. Identify each of the two compelling desires. So, the first thing that I thought of, like, when reading this was the creature, because throughout the whole play, you see the creatures going through two different, not necessarily stages, but like one side of it is saying like it wants to be loved, it wants to be desired, it wants to be cared for, but on the other hand, society keeps rejecting him. So it's like time after time, he goes like in the beginning when you see that he helps out the prostitute when she's about to get raped, and when she's thanking him, but then when she turns around and look at him, she's scared and she runs away and she gets these guys to go run after him. And then this is just kind of a thing you see over and over again, him desiring this acceptance from society, but then society just kind of like not caring about him, not wanting him because of how he looks.
Yeah, adding on to that, I agree with what Destiny said, because when the creature and Victor reunited after like a year, the creature told Victor about Delancey, the blind man who taught him how to read and who really cared for him, but he was blind, so he never saw the creature's face or anything. So the creature really liked how he was treated, but then when Delancey's, I think, his son and daughter-in-law, they came home and they saw his face and they hated the way he looked, they were scared, and then the creature burned down their home and killed them all. And so you can see how his like conflicting desires are shown between wanting to learn and wanting to have a normal, almost human life, and then wanting revenge for what they did to him. And he also killed Victor's little brother William because he wasn't sure if Victor would ever come see him without having like a reason, like leverage. So then towards the end, after Victor and the creature have like numerous like arguments and the creature almost killing Victor but not, in the end, when they're in that really like cold like ice place, like Antarctica, where is it?
No.
Arctic? Okay. So they're in the Arctic and then Victor is perceived to be dead by the creature, but then he like wakes up and the creature realizes how much he loves Victor because he's basically his dad, and he would be willing to do anything for Victor. So he said, "Come destroy me so that you can bring his miserable line to an end." So the creature wants to die because he knows it'll make Victor's life easier, even though Victor's already lost so much. So it just kind of shows that the creature knew what he wanted was separate from doing the right thing, which was offering to die instead of wanting to live and be a threat to society.
I don't think that he kind of loved his creator at the end. I think it was more like he was just afraid to be alone, and that he would rather have Victor like chase him for the rest of his life and try to kill him and like lead him on this big chase so that he wouldn't have to suffer alone and just be by himself, because that's basically what he's afraid of, because he knows he's going to get rejected by society, and that's basically the whole reason why he wanted a lover in the first place, because everyone, like all the humans rejected him, so he wanted one of his own kind that was just as ugly as he was, basically, that would love him. But he told Victor, in order to like make this happen, that he would like stay away from all the humans in society. But Victor knows in his mind that he's probably gonna go back anyway and like try to be a part of society again, and they're just gonna reject him.
Like along with at the end, like he was telling him like, okay, like kill me. So I agree with Justin. It was more of like, I thought that it was like Victor's like the only one that's like actually talking to him at this point. He's the only one like kind of like getting through it. Like even though Victor like wants to kill him, like he killed his brother, he killed his wife. Like Victor's the only one who's like been there kind of for him, and like he owes the responsibility to like, he's at the end of the line, like he's about to die. So that's why he's saying like, kill me, because like once Victor's dead, like, what does he have to do now? Like he has nothing else, because Victor's the only one that can give him like what he wants.
Kind of agree with that, but in my opinion, I think that the creature is more, he's more seeing that without Victor, nothing will ever happen. He'll stay where he is, hiding away from society, because nobody will ever accept him, and in that way, the loneliness, the isolation will increase his maddening further beyond that, and without that, it's just going to go into a pit of despair and depression. But I also think that if you were to go back, and even if some were to accept him, the majority wouldn't, and him being a very spiteful creature would end up committing atrocities and turning everyone against him.
On the contrary, I do say that Elizabeth also has two compelling desires, or two different desires pulling her own mind and such. Relating back to Victor also, is her desire. Her first desire is to start a family in order to create sort of a birth in herself, something that she can relate to also. And although Victor did make life or make his own quote child, or that his creation, Elizabeth kind of wanted that same feeling to have something that she created for herself, or through her own womb, through her own struggles. And then she's also conflicting, thinking about leaving or not being bothered with Victor and his crazy creations, because after Victor told her about the creation, she didn't leave. She ended up thinking it was a ruse, or that he was sarcastic. But then as she did take it seriously, she still accepted it. And then when she saw the man, or the creature, before she got choked to death, she still had a sort of compassion and open arms in order to give him the sort of comfort that he needed, or that he never experienced, that the creature never experienced.
I think she also has a conflict as well with Victor, because, and herself as well. Mainly because I feel like she sees Victor always like attached to the lab, and like she thinks like I'm like here and he's not paying attention to me. Like she almost feels like she isn't getting like the full attention she needs as well. So I think that's what's causing her to like say like, am I not good enough for you? Like why are you still stuck in the lab? Like what do I need to do to change? And Victor is just so focused on like just trying to become this mad scientist, or just being addicted to his work. And Elizabeth just doesn't see herself being like, she doesn't see herself in that perfect like relationship with him. And I mean that's what I think. So yeah.
I agree with what you said, and like that kind of desire to be with him, and be that girl for him is like what pushes her to like ask him like, can I come with you to help you work? And because she like also, I think she's kind of bored of working around the house and stuff and like her regular life. She wants to learn and do something different, which is another one of her desires, and which Victor he denies her the chance to do that because he doesn't want to expose to her the atrocity that he made, and he thinks that she won't like him. But in the end, she does find the creature anyway, and it's what gets her killed.
I definitely agree with you that Elizabeth wants to learn something new. She's bored, and that she just wants to be with him. And I think that that desire is just, she wants to actually be loved and know that she is loved by Frankenstein, even though his way of showing it is just kind of protecting her from what he's made, although he failed at that. And it's, in her own desire for her family, she wanted to make him feel like he was creating life, and she wanted to create life with him, but all in all, that never worked out because he was too focused on playing God, I guess.
Basically, we're the product of our own upbringing. That's what I got out of this. I mean, you got an absolute terrible father in this Victor dude. I mean, my goodness. For one thing, normally when a child wants, attention, they like to act out. They like to do some things.
Like murder.
That's basically, to a lesser degree, yeah, basically.
like murder a couple people,
Yeah,
That's the way he thought he'd get attention. He goes, well, my father doesn't love me, so I'm going to find a way to make him realize I'm here and try to reverse the whole thing. But then again, here's the thing. It's not like Victor taught him anything. He kind of just got thrown into the world. I mean, even though he did run out of the house, and Victor really didn't have much to do with that, but I mean, he basically baptism by fire, threw him to the wolves. Okay, good luck, pat on the back, have a good one. And that's basically what it was. So, I mean, in short, the biggest influence here is neglection. He didn't have a clue what was going on, so he had to figure everything out for himself, and that's how he interpreted things. And I guess until the end of time, they'll be chasing him into the North Pole. Basically all I got.
Very well said.
What do you think about it? If all you know is books, because that's what the lands he showed him, in the books, when you get wronged, do you revenge?
Yeah, a lot.
That's
Right?
what he did every time.
He read a lot of Roman books
Yeah.
too.
Right, the Romans, you mess with the Romans, they mess right back.
Yeah.
So he's only doing the only thing he knew was like what was in those books.
Yeah.
You know?
And he had compassion and want to be loved like a human, but the fact that he only knew that when someone is wrong, you get revenge, it just defeats the whole purpose of that compassion.
Yeah.
He hadn't learned to cope with stuff and kind of let stuff go. He just lets it build up inside of him and let his anger control him.
That's something your parents should be there for.
My man didn't have
He didn't even have parents.
Does it have time to build up actual coping mechanisms?
We didn't have time to build any relationship other than with Khaleesi.
I mean, you can
We ended
argue
up killing
Elizabeth,
later.
but that didn't go too well
Yeah,
either.
but no, because then he was like, yeah, I can lie.
I know how to lie. That was good.
Yeah, that was
That was
good.
good.
All right, I'm going to challenge you now to.